What's new, crew? I'm Kairu82, and this is my review of Dauntless. Just a heads up before we get started, I'm playing on PS4, so some of this stuff might be different on PC. I'm going to try to keep this review nice and short, so I'm not going to go into great detail, but here we go. Let's start with the good stuff. This is what I like. It's like Monster Hunter, and games like that are hard to find. If you're not familiar with Monster Hunter, basically you go fight giant monsters with oversized weapons and armor comprised of parts from previously killed monsters. The fights in Dauntless tend to be a little shorter than Monster Hunter, but it's still pretty rewarding in the end. It's free to play, so there's no risk of spending money on something you're not going to like. If you don't like it, just don't play it anymore. All the weapons feel viable and they don't have a steep learning curve. Now for what I don't like. The world is completely lifeless. You might see a couple of little extra monsters during certain monster fights, but there's no little monsters just running around in the world. There's not even a squirrel in the background. Crafting consumables is basic and mostly useless. You might find a few recipes that you like, but you still have to talk to a specific NPC in town and craft one at a time. The game features simple power and defense numbers, similar to Destiny, which are basic and limited. Also, it's unclear as to how much resistances actually matter. Is it a percentage? Is it a raw number taken off of the damage? It just doesn't explain any of it. Here's what's smart. Revives and stims. Basically, your teammates can pick you up if you get downed. If the monster is too enraged to be able to pick your teammates up, everybody starts with 3 stims for self-revives. And now what's dumb? First of all, there's no stat screen that tells you, how much life you have or how much stamina you start with. But yet there are abilities that increase your life and your stamina by percentages. So they don't mean anything. And there are other abilities that add 50 hit points. That doesn't mean anything if you don't know how much life you're starting with. Do you start with 100? Do you start with 1,000? You actually start with 1,000. That's the answer. But it doesn't tell you in game. So it's pretty frustrating. There's no way to save loadouts. That means you have to manually switch your gear and abilities between matches if you want to change anything. And that can be really tedious and frustrating, and it's just time consuming. There's no map, no mini-map, and there's no pips on the compass to tell you where your teammates are. So if you get separated for some reason, like if you die, they have to send up a signal flare, and they might not be in a position to do so, so you might find yourself wandering the wasteland just kind of lost. The game rates you with this arbitrary grading system at the end of a match. It gives you one for you personally and one for your team overall. And it doesn't explain anything about how to get a better grade. It doesn't explain what, if anything, it does. It says nothing. It just makes you wonder, hey, why did my team suck? Or what did I do so bad this game that I don't do other games? What happened? The free currency in the game is called rams. They're basic gold coins, and they're almost completely useless. You'll be swimming in them in no time. And finally, what's meh? It's pay to win to an extent. It's closer to free to wait in that, basically if you put money into the game, you can get monster parts faster, which means you have to do less fighting. So you're just kind of getting through the game a little bit faster, but it really doesn't make that much of a difference, so it's kind of a toss-up. It's whatever. Overall, Dauntless is a good game. It's a little shallow at times in places. It's missing some basic stuff that you kind of assume is going to be there in games nowadays. But overall, it's good. And you can't go wrong with free-to-play. Just give it a shot. Why not? And if you're new to this kind of game, this is your opportunity right here. You don't have to drop $60 on a new copy of Monster Hunter or anything. Just try this out. See if you like this style of game. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments below what you think about the game. Did you just start it now? Are you new to it? Have you played it before on PC? Yeah, let's discuss in the down below. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.